Hi there, my name's Michelle and I'll be taking you through your beginner's Hatha class today. Before we begin, please let me know if you have any areas of concern, whether it be a health issue or an injury that you think I should be made aware of. This way I can help to suggest some more gentler options or provide some props when required. Please, when moving through the class today, don't be afraid to move at your own pace. Listen to your body and please use props when necessary. They're there to help you move into correct alignment, which means that it makes it a much more safer and enjoyable practice for you. Now, our inspirational mantra for today is that I'm grateful for all that is unfolding in my life and all that is yet to come. So, through the day, I'd just like you to remind yourself to breathe and to say out loud, to live the mantra that resonates with you, to be open to receiving all that you are asking of it. So, I hope you enjoyed my class today. Don't take it too seriously, just have fun. Let's begin. Okay, we're going to start in Shavasana. So lying on our mats, on our backs, palms facing upwards, eyes closed. I just want you to take some nice deep breaths. Ensure that you inhale and exhale through the nose. I just want you to check in with yourself and just scan your body from head to toe for any areas of tension or tightness. And start from our toes and just start to relax the parts of the body. So moving from the backs of our feet, legs, backs of your legs, relaxing your thighs, being aware of how your belly gently rises with each inhale and drops with every exhale. Relax those tummy muscles. Relax the shoulders, which tend to hold a lot of tension. Relax the arms, the fingers. Slowly just tilt your chin in just enough to feel the slight lengthening through the back of your neck. Soften your jaw. Relax your tongue. Lips are soft. Relax your eyes. The point where your whole body feels soft and relaxed. Now as we're focusing on our breathing, I just want you to, when you feel comfortable, start to lengthen your exhale. Have a more fuller and deeper inhale. So that with every exhale you start to feel like you're sinking deeper into the floor. I'd also like you just to, while we're focusing on our breathing, think about what you're grateful for today. In yoga we can train our bodies to become flexible and strong. We can also work on our breath to control it and make it deeper and fuller. But we can also train our mind. So I'm focusing in such as gratitude. In times of stress or upheaval, you will then hopefully be able to focus on the good things in life and what you are grateful for, rather than focusing on the negative. More deep breaths, and the belly rise, your inhale. Lengthening in your exhale. just want you to start to become aware of your body, wiggling your toes and your fingers. And when you're ready, I want you to gently draw your right knee to your chest while keeping the left leg nice and active. Just holding there for a nice stretch. Gently release the right leg. Bring your left knee to your chest, keeping your right leg active. And just repeat one more time, releasing your left leg, right leg to your chest. Left leg nice and active. A nice deep stretch. Just one more time, releasing your right leg active, and left leg to your chest. I just want you to bring your right leg up to your chest. Just have a nice gentle roll in your spine. Nice massage. And when you're ready, just cross at your ankles and move gently into sitting pose. Okay, so we're going to do some neck rolls now. These are great for relieving tension and tightness in the neck area, and they're also great for relieving tension headaches if you tend to suffer from those. So we're just going to sit in a cross-legged position, making sure your seat bones are grounded into the floor, sitting up nice and straight. We're just going to drop our chin to our chest, and then as long as it feels comfortable, just moving your head back as far as you can. Back to your chest. Back again. And we're going to move the head in a clockwise position, just ensuring that you're only just moving your neck and your head. Try not to move your shoulders. And then the opposite direction, nice, smooth, gentle movements. Okay, so we're going to move into cross-legged twist now. So I just want you to sit up nice and straight, seat bones grounded into the floor, chest erect. And I just want you to place your left hand on your right knee. Put your right hand behind you, pushing your fingertips into the ground. And as you exhale, I just want you to move into that twist. Letting you stretch through your abdominal muscles. Sitting up nice and straight. And as you inhale, I just want you to focus on lengthening, getting a lovely stretch. And then repeating on the other side, so moving your right hand to your left knee, placing your left hand behind you for support, fingertips into the ground. And as you exhale, just move deeper into that twist, as much as you can. And then inhaling back to center. So we'll do that again one more time. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you, and as you exhale, move into that deeper, nice deep twist. This position is lovely for just just giving you peace of mind. It can also help to work on your nervous system, help with anxiety, any sort of tension. Just one more to the other side, exhaling into your twist. When you're comfortable, look over your shoulder and just hold that pose for a few moments. Inhale back to center, turning to the right. When you're ready, look over your shoulder. Just feel that lovely lengthening through your neck. And back to center. We're going to move into cat-cow pose now. So moving on to all fours. With knees just under your hips. Fingers spread out nice and wide. And as we inhale, I just want you to tilt your head back. Really push those seat bones up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, really rounding that spine, tucking your chin into your chest, really pulling in those tummy muscles, pulling your belly button up through to your spine. And then inhaling back into cow pose, tilting your head back. Really enjoying that stretch through your neck and your back. And then rounding the spine, back into cat pose. Really sucking in those tummy muscles. Doing it at your own pace. And this position is lovely for really massaging all those internal organs. It's also great for strengthening your neck and spine. Just one more. Up. And exhaling into cat pose. Great job. Okay, so we're going to move into child's pose now, Balasana. So moving on to our knees. Sitting back onto your heels. Just putting your forehead onto your mat. If it feels more comfortable, just rest your head on your hands or a block. Just want you to connect to your breath. Relax. This position is very good just for remind you to live in the present. It also brings about a sense of innocence, being a child again. Sending all that tension and stress right away. It's also a hip opener, so it's very good for those people who suffer from arthritis. Okay, we're going to just walk our hands in front of us now, just ensuring that your fingers spread out nice and wide, hands are hip width apart, and we're just going to move onto our knees, tuck toes under, and when you're ready, I just want you to come off your knees, just pushing your hips up as far as you can go, reaching up, pushing up to the ceiling. Tracking your chin under, so ears in alignment with your arms. And I just want you to relax into this position. If it's easier, you can bend your knees. And then just slowly work on straightening your legs and moving your heels back to the mat. So what we can do is just alternate, just bending each leg and just working those heels back. Ensuring that your hips are pulled back. Feet are hip width apart. And then when you're ready, you feel comfortable, just working on pulling those heels back to the mat. Just feeling that lovely stretch. This position is great for strengthening the spine. So it gives you a sense of freedom. Okay, and then just going to lower the knees back into Balasana. So sitting back on your heels and just focusing on your breath. Just trying to concentrate on your breath and try and ensure that your inhale is the same length as your exhale. Okay, so now we're going to move the hands out in front of us. Come onto our knees. Tucking toes under, fingers spread out nice and wide. And then we're just going to slowly lift our knees off the floor, pushing our hips up to the sky. Tucking our chin under. Really lifting the bottom up. Alignment in your ears and your arms. It's a really energizing position. It's very good for anyone who suffers from back pain or fatigue. Now I just want you to work on bringing your heels down to the mat. So just gently making one leg active and the other. And then when you're ready, just pushing those heels into the floor. Just going to lower the knees back into Balasana. So sitting back on your heels and just focusing on your breath. We're going to move into downward dog again now, so just coming onto our knees. Hands planted firmly into the ground, fingers spread out wide, tucking our toes under, and then pushing those seat bones back as high as you can up to the ceiling. And if you're ready, try to move those heels back into your mat, pushing them into the mat. Pushing those hips nice and wide. Up to the ceiling. Drawing your navel towards your spine. And really feeling that lovely stretch at the backs of your legs, through your back. Now when you're ready, we're just going to walk the feet to our hands and move into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. So
if it's more comfortable for you, please feel free to bend your knees or use a block on either side. Now I just want you to just really relax. Feel that nice lengthening through your spine. Now I want your feet to be hip width apart, parallel to the sides of your mat. And when you're ready, planting your feet into your mat and just folding your arms, just enjoying that lovely release. This position is really lovely for just letting go of all that baggage. It's giving you a sense of freedom. Being centered. Of all that tension. It's also fantastic for digestive system, circulation. It's also good for your brain. It also brings about a deep sense of relaxation. Just really enjoy that lovely feeling of being free, being in the moment. You're ready, gently coming out of the fold and then slowly coming back up, hands to your hips.
Nice and slowly back into standing position. Move our feet together now for Tadasana, mountain pose. So we're just going to pull up our kneecaps, making sure those legs are nice and straight and active, tilting the pelvis slightly, opening up your chest, opening up your heart center, rolling those shoulders back and down, hands by your side, pulling up through the crown, and just really becoming aware the universal energy flowing up from the earth and down. This position is lovely for really bringing you to the present moment. And it's also very good for your posture and stability. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to move back into Uttanasana, standard forward bend. So, we're going to place our hands on our hips. And we're going to bend forward from our hip joints, not our waist. As we do so, we're going to lift our seat bones up to the ceiling. And if it feels comfortable, placing our palms on our mat. Now please, if this causes any sort of pain or tightness, please feel free to either bend the knees or use a block on either side. Now, just want you to focus on just trying to slightly lift and lengthen your torso each inhalation. And with each exhalation, just moving a little bit more deeply into that stretch. Really just enjoying that lovely stretch through your hamstrings. That lovely feeling of release. You to take hold of your elbows and just let your head hang nice and loosely and just really enjoy that lovely release.
Then when you're ready, hands on hips and moving back up to standing position.
We're going to move into easy dancer pose now. So I want you to find a focal point directly in front of you. I want you to really engage this left leg, grounding it into the mat, lifting that kneecap, really feel that energy flowing through that leg. And then we're going to lift the right leg, and on the inhale, lifting your arm up so it's pointing up to the ceiling, really focusing on that balance. And then when you're ready, on the exhale, just lifting your heel up to your buttocks, holding that position. Nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, on the exhale, just drop that arm and release your leg. Now we're going to repeat on the other side, so grounding that right leg into the mat, lifting your kneecaps, feeling that energy flowing through that right leg. We're going to lift the left leg, on the inhalation, lifting your right arm so it's pointing up to the sky, nice and straight, really focusing on your balance. And on the exhalation, just lifting that heel into your buttocks, holding your balance, really grounding that right foot into the mat. Some nice, steady, deep breaths. And then when you're ready, releasing the right arm and releasing your left foot back to the mat. We're going to work our way into another lovely balancing pose, which is tree pose. And tree pose is a great way of really working on our mental concentration, our physical balance. And it also teaches us that in order to grow, we need to reach for the light. So I want you to, once again, find the focal point, the drishti, directly in front of you. Grounding that right foot into your mat. And then when you're ready, lifting that left leg, pointing your knee outwards and just bringing your foot onto your inner thigh. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you or if you're struggling with the balance, please feel free to start from your calf and then gradually working your way up to your inner thigh. When you're feeling balanced, you can come into prayer pose. And when you're ready, just extend your arms above your head. Position is lovely for mental clarity, really just clearing your mind. When you're ready, back down into prayer pose and releasing that left leg. Okay, so we're going to repeat on the other side now. So once again, putting that left foot into your mat. When you're ready, lifting that right leg, your right knee pointing outwards, your right foot into your inner thigh. And when you're feeling that balance, coming into prayer pose. And then moving into arms above your head. Really extending those arms. And hold for a few deep breaths. And releasing back into prayer pose. And back down. We're going to move back to our mat now, and we're going to move into Ardha Padmasana, half lotus pose. So we're going to keep our right leg out in front of us, keeping that leg nice and active, sitting up nice and straight. And then we're going to get our left foot and place it on top of our right thigh. Now, if there's any sort of pain or tightness through this area, please feel free to place a block or a blanket underneath for support. This pose is lovely for really opening up the hip area. It's great for your posture. And it also This pose represents the lotus flower. So the flower grows from the mud and it comes out and it blossoms. So it sort of represents our spiritual path, how we can sometimes get bogged down in day-to-day life. But if you continue to work on your spiritual journey, you come out and you blossom, you come out fulfilled with new wisdom. So it's a lovely pose for many reasons. So we can either choose to stay in this position or take an inhalation, and on the exhalation I want you to raise your arms as high as you can go in that stretch, arms alongside your ears, and then when you're ready, just folding from the hips into a forward fold. And just holding that stretch a couple of breaths. Coming out of that fold slowly and releasing your left leg back to the floor. Okay, so we're going to repeat that with the right leg now. So keeping your left leg out straight, nice and active, bringing your right foot in and over your left thigh. Sitting up nice and straight. And then when you're ready, I want you to, if you feel comfortable in this position, if you sort of feel like this is as far as you'd like to take it, then that's fine. Otherwise, we're going to move our arms up as high as you can, arms alongside the ears. And then when you're ready, we're going to stretch again from the hip down into forward fold. And just holding that stretch, a few deep breaths. Releasing and slowly coming back up out of that fold, placing your right leg back to the mat. Okay, so from here we're going to move into forward bend. So we're going to sit up nice and straight, spine nice and elongated. We're going to flex our feet, so pushing our toes back. We're going to lift the kneecaps. Then when we're ready, on the inhale, we're going to lift our arms up above our head. And when we're ready, bending from the hips and just coming over into forward fold. Now, if this is a bit too much of a stretch for you to reach your feet, please feel free to place your hands anywhere on your legs that you feel like you're getting a good stretch and it's still comfortable for you. So coming down into that stretch. Now just try not to round your spine. Keep a nice straight back. And just keep your head down to get a nice lifting through the neck. And just hold that pose. Hold that stretch for a few deep breaths. Exhalation, slowly coming out of that stretch. This pose is lovely for really working on the digestive organs, and it really helps to help the belly cleanse of all those sort of negative emotions like depression and anxiety. And it's great for really strengthening the spine, great for the posture, so a really lovely pose. Okay, so we're going to try that one more time. So just keeping those legs active, lifting the kneecaps, flexing the feet. When we're ready, on the inhale, moving our legs up above our head. And then when we're ready, bending from the hip, coming into that forward fold. Keeping that back nice and straight.
And when you're ready, coming out of that fold.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our knees, sitting back on our heels and coming back into child's pose. So you can either place your arms alongside your body, placing your head onto the mat if you choose, or you can rest your head on your forearms, whatever's most comfortable for you. And just relax. Okay, and when you're ready, slowly coming out of child's pose, sitting back up to sitting position. Alright, so we're going to come into bridge pose now. And bridge pose is lovely for really strengthening the back, opening up the chest, and it also stimulates the thyroid gland. So we're going to come onto our backs now, knees up, and the soles of our feet on the mat. We're going to have our feet about hip width distance apart, parallel to each other. And we're just going to roll our shoulders up and back. And move our feet to where our fingertips are just grazing our heels. And when we're ready, we're going to take an inhalation. And on the exhalation, we're going to push into the mat with our feet and just raise our hips off the mat. We're going to squeeze our bottoms in towards our back, really squeezing those thighs. We're going to get our hands and just interlace them behind our back, keeping our arms nice and straight. And we're going to squeeze our thighs just to get our hips up just that little bit higher. Just hold for a few deep breaths. Really grounding those feet, squeezing your thighs, and just making sure that your thighs aren't sort of coming outwards. You need to keep them in alignment. And when you're ready, just releasing your hands and slowly coming back down to the mat. Okay, so we're going to try that just one more time. So, grounding our feet into the mat. Just rolling our shoulders back. Making sure that our feet are just within reach of our fingers. So fingers are just grazing the backs of your heels. And when we're ready, on the exhalation, we're just going to raise our hips up off the ground, interlacing our fingers, straightening our arms, really using those feet to ground into the mat, lifting your hips, keeping those knees nice position, and just holding.
ready, letting your hands go and slowly coming back down to the mat. Crossing the ankles and coming back up into seated pose. Okay, so moving into boat pose now, Navasana. So we're going to move our knees out in front of us with our feet on the mat. Pose is really good for stilling the mind, and it's great for really building strength through your core area and for opening up the hip area. Then we're going to start to lift our feet off the floor. We're going to balance on our seat bones. And when we're ready, take an inhalation. And on the exhalation, we're going to move our lower leg up to a 90-degree angle, so they're parallel with the mat. And then we're going to use our abdominal muscles, and we're going to raise our arms out straight in front of us, ensuring that we're really activating those abdominal muscles and not putting any undue stress on the back. We're going to hold that position for a couple of deep breaths. And then releasing those legs back down to the floor. Okay, so we're going to repeat that one more time. So starting with our feet on the floor, sitting up nice and straight. We're going to take hold of the hamstrings, and we're just going to lift our feet up off the floor. Take an inhalation. And on the exhalation, we're just going to raise our lower legs to a 90-degree angle, parallel to the mat. And then we're going to extend our arms out, really squeezing through that thigh area, really using your abdominals to hold this pose. Just center yourself, take some nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, coming back out to the mat. We're going to move into reclined spinal twist now. This pose is fantastic for really squeezing out all the anxiety and frustrations of the day. It works a bit like a sponge, so it squeezes out all the toxins out of your organs, so it's great as a detoxifier. And it's also great for the back, and it's sort of a bit of a massage for the hip area and the back area. So very good pose to finish up with at the end of the day. So we're going to move on to our back, feet flat on the floor. And on the exhalation, we're going to bring our knees to our chest. Nice little hug. And then when we're ready, we're just going to release that left leg out to the mat. And then we're going to move our right arm out, shoulder height, with palms facing downwards. Then when you're ready, inhale, we're going to just bring that right knee over to the left side of our body. We're going to gently turn our head to the right. So we've got the left hand just gently resting on your right knee and just gazing at your fingertips, just getting that lovely stretch. With each exhale, just see if you can lower your knee a little bit closer to the floor. When you're ready, releasing that right knee, coming back to centre. Then we're going to bring our left knee, right knee up to our chest. Just for a little hug. We'll repeat on the other side. So we're going to extend that right leg out into the mat. We're going to place our left arm out in front of us, shoulder height, palms facing down. Ready, we're just going to get our right hand and just gently bring that left knee over to the right side of our body. Just moving our head to the left, just gazing at our fingertips. And that lovely stretch. We're ready, just releasing that knee back to centre, bringing your right knee up to your chest, just having another nice little hug. Rock your legs from side to side, just get rid of any tension there. You're ready, just crossing at the ankles to come back up to seated position. Okay, we're going to move into Viparita Karani now, which is leg up the wall pose. Now, this pose is one of my favourites. It's fantastic if you're feeling tired, fatigued, if you have achy legs or feet from a long day. And it's really great if you've got any sort of mild back pain. And it's also great just relieving stress and just calming the mind. So we're going to make our way over to the wall now. Now, if you do feel like you'd like some added support, you can use a blanket or a bolster just to lay down about 5 inches away from the wall, just to keep under your lower back for support. So we're just going to edge our left hip up against the side of the wall. And when you're ready, just switching your legs up onto the wall. Now, if you're quite flexible, you can have your sitting bones right up against the wall. However, if you're finding like this is too much of a stretch, you can move just a little bit further away from the wall if that feels like a better stretch for you. Or you can bend your knees like so. And if you do feel like it is getting a bit sore or you're feeling that stretch, you can just bring your knees down, soles of your feet together, just for a nice relaxing stretch there. So we're going to come back up with our legs extended. I'm just going to have our arms alongside us, palms up. Now you can have your arms on your belly if that's more comfortable for you. Or you can put your arms behind your head, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Now in this pose, just want to make sure that your tailbone is pushing down into the floor. Just bringing your shoulders back, away from your ears. And just really enjoying this lovely relaxing pose. And taking some nice, deep, mindful breaths. From here, so you have got the option of bringing your knees down, turning your legs out for that lovely stretch, or we can come back up and just open your legs out wide, get that nice V shape and feel that lovely stretch through the inside of your legs.
move our legs back up. And when we're ready, we're just going to exhale, bring our knees down, hold to our chest. When we're ready, just rolling over to our right side. And coming back out. We're going to come into Shavasana pose now, corpse pose. So just lying on our backs, legs extended out in front of us, slightly leaning outwards. Arms just lying gently along beside us with palms facing upwards. We're just going to mentally scan our body from head to toe, starting to relax each and every part of the body, starting from the toes, working your way right up to your head, relaxing your jaw, your tongue, closing your eyes. Dropping your chin to your chest, nice lengthening through your neck. And just start to become aware of your breath. Natural rhythm of your breath. Now with each exhalation, you feel yourself sinking deeper into the floor. I want you to take this time to let go. Go of all those constant thoughts, worries, frustration, and anxiety. To try and let all those go. Just be in the present moment. Just still the mind. Just put a stop to that constant mind chatter. Instead, just focus on your breath. Calm and centered. When you're ready, I just want you to roll on to your right side. Just stay here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, making your way into seated position. position. Hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you have a lovely day. See you next time.